You're welcome back to Solid Chat with Mr. ZICO, and right here I have the engineer NNANYERE OSUAGWU. All right, still talking about politics. What influenced your decision to go into politics?
What influenced my decision to go into politics was service to the people. Politics I see as a means of rendering service to the people. And I discovered that there was so much gap between the government and the governed that needed to be bridged. And of course, you need people who are ready to lay down their life to serve the people. If you look at what is happening in Nigeria today, politically, you find out that there seems to be a lot of corruption. People have seen politics as business. It's a cash and carry thing. They don't think about the people. So I just thought about those of us who are ready to lay our life, to see it as service, just service to the people. So that was what motivated me. I saw it as a means of going to render service to the people.
Interesting. Now, you mentioned when you went for a position, I think
Federal House of Reps.
Yeah. Federal House of Reps. And somehow it didn't work the way you planned it.
Yeah.
How did you feel that?
Well, naturally as a human being, I felt bad. Yeah, I felt bad. I felt bad because I knew I had so much I wanted to give.
To offer, yes.
But then politics is a game of, if you lose, you continue. So I also know that, yes, I lost. But then there will still be another time. So what I had to do, I had to support the person that won. I gave him my maximum support. And to the glory of God, he has not disappointed.
Interesting. Now, let's still dwell on politics more. What do you think the Nigerian political leadership is not doing right? And what do you think can be done to get it right?
There are so many things that they are not doing right. Today, politics has become, it's a money-back thing. It's a do-or-die affair. It's either you are there or nobody is there. And today, is like, in Nigeria particularly, politics is like it is for sale. You must be a money bag to be able to get a position in Nigeria. And until that system is changed, we will still have a long way to go. Because it has become a money thing. It has debarred so many people who are ready to serve, who have the capacity to serve, who has what it takes to render service to people, to come out to run for political positions, because they know that they cannot afford it. So until politics is made, or people are made to understand that it is not a money bag, there is so much money. People go there and you look at what is touted as salaries of senators, House of Reps, how much politicians take. But by the time you make these things monetarily less attractive, I think it will keep these money bags away from politics and not get the real individuals who has the intention to render services to the people to come out and serve.
Thank you very much, sir. Gentlemen and ladies, you are still on Solid Chat with Mr. ZICO. Here we give it to you real from the horse's mouth. We don't speculate. You hear more and you know more. Still dwelling on politics, let us discuss some issues in Nigeria now, maybe one or two. Let's talk about the agitations here and there. Sunday Igboho is on one corner, and Nnamdi Kanu is on the other corner of Biafra. What's your take on? Let me start from Nnamdi Kanu. What's your take on his agitation?
Well, Nnamdi Kanu is exercising his fundamental human right. It is his right to agitate.
It is his right to agitate.
Of course, there has been a court judgment in Lagos that authenticated agitation. They say agitation is the right of individuals. It is your right to say, I want this. It is your right to say, this is the way these things are supposed to be. I want to be this person. So that is what Nnamdi Kanu is doing. So agitation with regards to Nnamdi Kanu and Igboho are not anything bad. They are doing what they are supposed to do. And these things came up because a lot of things has come bad, especially with the present government. Nepotism is so high in this government that it is not just Nnamdi Kanu and the Igboho that are agitating. You find out that almost every component part of this country today is agitating to beat themselves because of what is going on. So, and what they are doing is exercising their fundamental human rights as enshrined in the Constitution of Nigeria.
So, if you are asked to give advice to the government regarding this agitation, these issues, what would be your advice?
Well, my advice to government is that first, because it has gone out of hand. They allowed it to go out of hand. In the first place, what they should have done is try to engage these guys in dialogue with them. Try to engage them in a kind of dialogue. Get to know what's the problem. What are you really asking for, and why are you asking for it? What is the problem?
All right. Let me quickly ask this. We got this good news some days ago. I don't know if you, but a younger brother, I don't know if you want us to, because somebody might want to learn from it, to avoid speculations. I think you know the story 100%.
Yeah.
We read on the news, somehow, somewhere, somebody tried to play a fast one and betray us and all that. Let me not say the story by myself. Tell us about you.
Yes, my younger brother, his name is Jonas OSUAGWU, who went to study in Malaysia. He actually graduated, came out with a distinction. He read electrical electronics engineering, came out with a distinction, and got admission, got scholarship to read. Scholarship to pursue his master's in a school in Canada, MIT in USA, and a school in Australia. So he now decided to go to Australia. But unfortunately, a week before his travel to Australia, some people, probably who he has hurt somewhere, because as a student in Malaysia, he was a student activist who fought, Africans who were into a lot of illegal business, including drug pushing, 419. So he was in the forefront of fighting them.
Wow.
So I think probably they saw it as a payback. So unfortunately, somebody planted drugs into his car. He was caught, or the police stopped him and started the vehicle. In fact, the truth is that when the vehicle was searched, in his presence, there was no drug found in the vehicle. The police demanded some money. It was a whole setup that involved a group of drug cartels, Malaysian drug cartels too. So he was asked for money. He refused to bring money. So they now moved out. Unfortunately for them, the point where they stopped him, they didn't know a McDonald's. They didn't know. They didn't take into cognizance that there were cameras planted that recorded all that happened. Well, he was arrested. He was charged to court. But because, like I said, it was a whole lot of setup. There was a lot of things played out. Even the lawyer we hired at the initial stage, betrayed him. In the first court we went, he was found guilty and sentenced to death by hanging.
Of course, those people must have found their way ahead of him.
Yes, because they were manipulating the process. Yes. Like I said, there are top drug cartels, Malaysian drug cartels involved in the setup. So we appealed the judgment to the appeal court. The same thing repeated. Then we went to their federal court, which is an equivalent of our Supreme Court here. And God will have it, the judges of the Supreme Court were patient to look at the case, look at the evidences that gave rise to the previous judgment, and now found out that he was innocent and there was no reason why he should be sentenced to death. And so he was.
So what is the situation now?
He has been discharged and acquitted.
Discharged and acquitted. You see, I don't want to believe that this whole thing happened.